We are at the Renewable Energy Forum for Africa. It is called Powerelec. It's an exhibition whereby several renewable energy companies are showcasing what they produce, the services and also the product. So Powerelec happens every year, and what I have seen and I have noticed is that there are a number of Chinese companies who are doing this. Actually, the event itself is sponsored by Huawei, which has an enormous footprint in Kenya and also across many other African countries and across the Global South. My name is Njenga Hakenaah, the Africa Climate Editor for China Global South Project. So for all the insights that we are going to get from this event, you will find them on YouTube. Again, it is China Global South Project, and you will find everything and even previous reports that we have done on China-African relations. At the Powerelec Kenya exhibition, I engaged in insightful conversations with various company representatives and exhibitors. At the Hexin Africa booth, I spoke with Simon Ye, the company's vice president, and our conversation revolved around manufacturing for and in Africa. When you come to a market like Kenya, or South Africa, where you said you're selling most of these services, how different is it from China to Africa?
In China, the energy, the power is very common, and we don't have the load shedding. And the most of villages, even very rural area, all already being covered by the grid. So we don't have so much problems for lack of the electricity. But in Africa, even like South Africa, they have lots of serious load shedding. And for example, in Kenya, most of the rural area, they don't have the electricity covered, suppliers. So this is a pain point for the clients. So that's why we are right now, we want to use our technology to power our life or even the business with the green energy. So it's a good solution to solve the load shedding and some rural area without electricity pinpoint.
Which means now I would understand that you don't have such a big market in China as you would have in African countries, South Africa, Kenya, Ghana, Senegal, like you mentioned?
Actually, we are really a company doing the broader business. So this is our advantage.
Okay.
And we do have also a big market in China as well.
Okay. All right. But in comparison, who is bigger? Who is the bigger market? Is it China? Is it us in Africa?
Africa, you can say almost the same in China. But if we combined all the overseas market together, it is bigger than China.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what are the challenges that come when you are manufacturing for Africa and manufacturing for China or Europe or other countries where you have a presence? Are there challenges? What are these challenges?
I think the challenge will be the supplying chain and also the marketing.
Okay.
For brand, for Livertech, so we need to make more marketing to make the brand well known into the market. So this will be a little challenge for us.
All right.
And also here, we don't have you can say even the renewable energy solutions distributors, they are not so big distributors. So they have many different companies doing the renewable energy solutions. So we have to deal with many clients for the distributors and also installers to build the business with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you partnering with any Africans in terms of manufacturing, in terms of sharing the technologies?
Yeah, of course. In Africa, we do have the metering factory in South Africa, Kenya as well.
All right.
And also in Senegal. Yeah.
Right.
These three places we have the metering manufacturing already.
Okay.
But in Kenya, right now we realize that the renewable energy is also the future. We want to create some benefit for all the common person, here. So we already have the factory. Now we're going to do a bigger workshop for renewable energy. So in future we also think about if the market is bigger, we can doing the inverters manufacturing here as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And this is job creation.
Yeah. Right.
And then again, when it comes to manufacturing in Africa, still another question on manufacturing, because you have the resources in China to manufacture. You have the labor, you have the electricity, is affordable and things like that. Is it the same here, or are there challenges when you're establishing manufacturing companies or factories here?
Yeah.
Are there challenges that you experience in comparison to China? Because in China, I think it's easier to manufacture, it's cheaper to manufacture in comparison to Kenya, for instance. What are the challenges here?
I think the challenge maybe is about the management, so the culture difference, and also the management for all the local teams. I think it will be a little challenge for us.
All right.
But we already also have the most experience for such kinds of management challenge.
All right.
So I think it will be another bigger gap,
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're manufacturing some of these components in Kenya, some of these gadgets in Kenya, others in South Africa, and Senegal, you said, and Ghana. Are you manufacturing in Ghana as well?
We have assembly factory there. Yes.
Okay.
But it's not a main manufacturing.
Okay. Yeah. So you ship components from China,
right?
And then they're assembled here.
Yes.
My last question to you is because you're looking to to start manufacturing in Africa. Are you? Yes, you mentioned it in bits or in a bit. Are you training Africans to do this?
Yes. You see, we want to make the localization. That's why we're going to set the local factory for metering first. Maybe in future we consider about the renewable energy solution like inverters. So this is a point one. Okay. The other thing is we also recruit many local teams here. So we think they can know the local culture. They are easily close to the clients and to solve the pain point for them, and want to create them value for all the clients. So we want to be the localization company here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you see in 10 years from now?
I think it's a bright future, green future as well. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. For importers of Chinese products and services, Nikita Surti, who is the head of business at Spinomatic Home Solutions, explained why her company sources from China. She also gave insights that not everything for them comes from China, because there are some components that are manufactured in China. And this gives impetus to manufacturing in African countries. Renewable energy is a big thing for all of us now, and especially in Kenya, people are shifting from grid to off-grid because of costs.
Yes.
And so here we are, and I'm interested because of the solar panels and the services that you provide. You get them from Jinko Solar, you get them from Huawei. Why is this?
So they've got track record. They're currently the best, one of the best globally. And we've got a good partnership with them for a couple of years now. Because we work not just with Jinko, we work with JA, we work with Trina, we work with several solar panel. JA Solar.
Still in China?
Still in China. All of them are from China.
Oh, wow.
So we work with a lot of different solar panel manufacturers. And with inverters, yes, primarily with Huawei.
All right.
Yeah.
Surti, you are sourcing most of your products from Chinese companies, which are diverse. But why do you do this and not an American or a European company?
No, so we do this actually because the Chinese products have very good quality, and at the same time their price point is very affordable. And we're in Kenya. It's a growing economy. We don't have the wealth that maybe a lot of the Western world does. So for us, our clients are price sensitive, and so we have to bring in a product that can match that 20-year promise within a certain price bracket. And that's why we work with the Chinese companies. They're in a similar situation where their own economy is also a very price sensitive economy. So we sort of understand that from each other.
Do you do collaboration with the Chinese in terms of like designing for this market?
No, we don't. So when you say collaboration in terms of designing, we always give in our inputs, yes. But we do not position ourselves as what do you call it, solar or inverter manufacturers.
Okay.
That is not who we are. We are EPC providers.
Okay.
So we will find the right solution for Kenyans if that's what it takes. But yeah, we do not get involved with one company and tell them how to do what they're doing.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. And I also got to speak with Andy Zhou, the director of Hinen in South Africa. The company manufactures renewable energy components and products. And our discussion covered a range of topics, including the company's plans to expand local manufacturing in African countries, starting with South Africa.
Okay. Because we think if we make local assembly, local production, it will be much more competitive, and also for better deliveries.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, in terms of setting up a manufacturing, facility that is in South Africa and other countries.
Kenya may be the second target.
All right.
We are considering.
All right. You mentioned Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria is the third. So far, for Highland Group, renewable energy, we have 3 targets. First, South Africa. Second is Kenya, because we know Kenya is a very large, important market. Especially, it has a great influence to the whole Eastern Africa. Yeah. Okay. The last one is Nigeria. Nigeria, of course, is the leader for Western African. Yes.
In terms of population.
Yeah, and economy. Yes.
And the economy.
Yes.
All right.
For Eastern African, Kenya is the leader.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Southern African, South Africa.
South Africa.
Yes, yeah.
So you have targeted, the biggest
three
economies
regions
in this region.
Yeah, 3 regions.
And so in terms of the market size for Nigeria, it's big.
Yes.
So how is the demand like?
The demand also is more than Kenya, but because they have more population, I think nearly 0.2 billion.
Wow.
0.2 billion.
Yes.
You see.
All right.
But Eastern Africa is also economy is booming. The demand of solar, renewable energy, is booming. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much,
Welcome.
Andy Zhou.
Welcome.
Across all these interactions, the common theme was on improving supply chains. That is what came out strongly, and also shifting manufacturing to the different African countries. And by promoting local manufacturing in the renewable sector, then African countries can easily leapfrog and manage to provide universal access to power for their people. Seemingly, with what is happening, this journey has already started.